Hey there. I can see things lately. They've been going, well, quite well. But I've also noticed a few things, particularly that it's just gotten a lot tougher to manage the underground. I'm not saying we should be worried, but it's better safe than sorry. I usually trust my instincts, and they've been going off like alarms lately. So I think it's important that we stay safe. And besides, they're still looking for you. So, baby doll, I've been meaning to ask you, is there any way you can get out of this? Run away? I'm not trying to say that I'm on a suicide mission or something, but I just need to know you have something, just in case all of this falls through. Though I guess you could easily just say I was kidnapping you, forcing you to do this. No, I know it's harsh, but sometimes life is harsh. We need to do what it is we need to do. And honestly, I'd rather you be safe and me in jail than the other way around. We need to be thinking of the worst case too. I realize while you make me strong, you also make me weak. And that just means that I need to protect you that much more. I need to make sure that everything I do, I have you in mind, and not just this idea, concept of you. Not just the good times. A lot of times, it's easy to get blinded by everything working out, so much so that you end up blind to the obvious problems in front of you. I won't be like that. Not because I don't trust you, trust us. In fact, it's just the opposite. It's because I do trust you. I trust myself and I trust everything around us. But I know that something horrible could happen. I know that there's something I'm missing from my plan, my understanding of everything. And that's why I've enlisted for some help from outside. Particularly from heroes who I know are trustworthy. Ones who aren't exactly pawns to anyone, but are strong in their own right. Heroes that I respect. Heroes a lot like you. Don't get too jealous now, because you're the only one that I care about. Anywhere near the level that I do. You're my everything. And my whole reason for trying so hard. Of course, I care about the underground. But it's different when you love someone. Logic goes out the window. And you just think about what they matter. And you think about all the details, but no matter what, you want to protect them. You want them to smile, be happy, and live a life they can be proud of. And maybe it won't be an easy one, but it'll be one worth living. I think you know me better at this point. You're aware of how much I need to be careful, and how much that I actually care about you. You know, I never thought I'd meet someone like you, and I know I've said it before, but it still humbles me. It still puts me into this mindset of understanding. Understanding that even I can reach my dreams if I try hard enough. And to never give up on things that I want. You know, it's not every day that things come across my mind quite like they do today. Baby, I'm just trying to be a proper love. And just in case anything happens today, I'm going to suggest something out of the blue. Heat of the moment and probably pretty stupid. So feel free to say no. Will you marry me? Right here, right now. I wanted to see what it's like to be married properly. And I figured what better way before the danger hits us, before my premonition comes to fruition. We could have a ceremony among the underground, and it'll be amazing, and I just don't want to lose the chance to. Just in case anything happens. Maybe it's a secondary quirk. But I have a tendency to have good instincts when it comes to bad. And that's why I want to make a good out of it. I figure there's always a choice of how you can handle it. You can either bend to it, you can break, or you can make it your own. And instead, I like to work it into what I do. Instead of let it own me, I want it to be all under my control. Though that's not how it works. I may like control, but with you I like spontaneous chaos. That's what you brought to me, a breath of fresh air to the orderly existence of feeling like my life is just for the purpose of others. No, I want to be a little selfish, even if it's only just this once. And I mean it with all of my love and with everything I am as your man. You know, everything I've strived to do, it's all been something with an end goal in mind, but this time it's not the end goal that matters. It's the process of getting there. I know we're going to make it through. I believe as much as I can. I believe in you and we can make everything work. So you'll do it. I guess we'll be having a shotgun wedding. I don't think that makes us strange. But you've taught me a lot about looking in the mirror, seeing myself as a human again. It's all too easy to see cause and effect results instead of the person behind them. And it just makes me think I'm so lucky to have met you. So damn lucky. I really was lost without you, focusing on anything else except for what I wanted, what I thought everyone around me needed me to be. And instead, I realized I made a mess of it. For all the good I did for others, I just put myself into this self-sacrificing mood. And that's no place to be. It's no place to strive for, and it's no place to exist. No, I want to love myself too. And you've shown me that I can. Let's make this a wedding to remember. We can even have a grandiose one later. Though I think right now, this will be just as important to me. I know we haven't known each other too long, but I think given the circumstances, I want to live without regret. You never know what could happen tomorrow. You know, my dad always used to say, we're not promised tomorrow. And I always thought it was kind of ironic. Him being the abuser that he is. I always thought it was such an ironic statement. Of course, we're not promised tomorrow when you use your own son as a science experiment. When you're always saying how much of a failure. No. Never mind. It doesn't matter now. That's not conversation for right now. Today's a happy day. Today's the day that I get to make you my own. Today's the day we don't have to worry about all those details. And we just live life however we want. Sound fun? It sure sounds fun to me. Not having to worry about all that. You know, there's a lot of people, a whole hell of a lot of them, that just don't get it. They don't understand that we even exist. We're just nothings to them. And even the people down here, they're too damn afraid of me to even get to know me. They know me as some kind of godlike figure to them because I give them what they need. But they don't take the time to learn what I actually stand for, what I actually am. It's like being viewed through a glass door. They never bother opening it. They just admire from afar and shove praises under the door. And I never asked for that. I never wanted it. I've tried to tell, but I lose my heart. Thinking it's not my right. That I already get so much help from them. And will I give them so much? It just makes me think I've got a long ways to go with tackling how I really feel about things. It's nowhere near what I want it to be. Not ideals anyways. And instead it's more like a large work in progress. But with you, you complete me. You make me whole where I feel I'm not afraid of that anymore. I can be rational, but I can be true with my heart too. That's where villainy never really helps you. As I see it, villainy and heroism is just a way to supersede, to ignore, to bypass all those little negatives that we find the cracks in the mirror of life. They're our way of escaping, of being someone who's greater than we are. And yet, the truth of the matter is, being a person is a whole lot braver than being a hero. Because you don't need a name. You don't need a fancy outfit to change a life. And yet here we are in a society where those without quirks are second-hand citizens. They're looked down upon, but they exist too. There's mostly those with worthless quirks, or at least deemed by society. That's what exists down here. Those who've been cast out worthless, empty. The ones that don't deserve it. There was someone that once mentored me. They tried to make me into their very own little puppet. And I never obeyed them. Because I saw what they were doing. I saw what they wanted. A world where everyone's just a slave. Everyone's a pawn to the king. Epidemic was out of control. And I couldn't handle that. It doesn't matter if he might have been a good person at some point. I don't even know. He was nothing but a second father to me. Unfortunately, a repeat. Both fathers I've had. They both treated me like failures. For different reasons, for different things. And I'm here to change that. And I want our wedding to be that. A promise to change and make a difference in this world. To make everything right. And maybe we can't do that. We've already come to grips with the fact it might not be possible. But how the hell are we going to know? If we don't try. That's the only way to find out things. We have to try them. And you've given me all the courage I need to actively pursue that. To actively make something real out of it. I want you more than I want this world to be better. But that doesn't mean we have to choose just between one or the other. I've even invited someone a little special to the wedding. Though I sincerely hope we can trust him. I believe we can. At least for the most part. He's too much of an idiot to backstab people. Sometimes I admire idiots. They always think at the wrong times. They try and be exactly who they want to be. Blissfully ignorant of their surroundings. And in a lot of ways, I wish I was that kind of person. Perhaps the life of an idiot is better than most. And I have no regrets. Saying that I regret a lot of things I did. But that doesn't change them. If I want them to be better, I need to make them better. Now, before any of that, why don't we take a walk? I could go on for hours, speaking about how I feel. But unfortunately, there's a lot of mixed feelings right now. But I can tell you one that isn't. You've been as clear as day. The shining sun, illuminating my darkness. And of course, I'm not an expert of how to treat you or what needs to be done to make a relationship work. I'm probably childish when it comes to that. But I do know I don't repeat my mistakes. If I make one, then I will see to it that I don't again. It's as simple as that. My brother, he's actually quite an idiot too. In the oblivious way. I don't hate him actually. Not even a little. He is my blood after all. And he's no protege of father. And that makes him someone who I have at least an ounce of respect, maybe a gallon of jealousy. But at the same time, I know his life's been no cakewalk. There's no sense in being envious. It's pointless. Instead, it's much better to put the past behind. And it's something I struggle with every day. You know, people always said that. Why can't you just get over it? And it was a permanent thing that I would always figure out. While others might find it easy, I never did. I never found it to be some kind of a cakewalk. No. It's not that easy going through it. You can talk a big talk, but when you have to walk it, that's when things go strange. That's when all your expectations, they come crashing down. And what you're left with is your mentality. Is the cup half empty, or is it half full? I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but it's really true when you're going through a bad time. You have to view it that way, or you'll lose your mind. One of the many reasons I fell for you is that you don't really make excuses. You just try. If you fail, you fail. But you try it anyways. And that's one thing I want to see in more people. That driving hope to try and fail. And even if you fail, to not let it bring you down. I hate it when people give up. Because it makes me wonder how spoiled they can be. How spoiled does someone need to be in order to give up after something doesn't go right? Life isn't competition, but everyone makes it about that. It's not about who's more strong. It's not about who's smarter. That's just for war. Who do you think really wins a war? The one who can make the people happy. And even then, who cares? If everyone's happy, there was no need for the fight to begin with. Instead, you could just make it paradise on whatever plane you're trying to make it. You don't need to be a hero. You don't need to be a mastermind. You just need to be yourself. And if everyone realized it, the world wouldn't just be an idealist fantasy. It would be true and spectacular. It would be without anyone trying to be like another. I learned early on, envy is like a parasite, latches on, and you can't get it off until you're done with it. It's an egotistical one, and I don't like it. It's not at all fun, let me tell you. And more than that, I wanted to say, you've given me hope where there wasn't any. You've given me a place where I just couldn't. And you've given me a love worth dying for. No, it's silly. I wouldn't dream on it. I have no time to be resting in some grave 6 feet under. Baby doll, you know me. I would never be so complacent. I don't have it in me. And it just sounds boring as hell. Don't you think? Do you really want to spend an eternity in a box underground? I've already heard about what happened to another quirk user, buried alive and in pieces. It sounds like it'd be horrible, but at the same time, death itself sounds pretty horrible. A lot of people always asked me why I don't fear it when it's so close. Maybe it's because I've embraced it, and I don't have time to fear it. I've got too many dreams for that. Anyone who fears it is just alive. But those who don't, who embrace death, and instead of actually giving into it, consider it as an inevitability, but that there's time. There's always time before it. There's time to fight for what you want. There's time to accomplish all those dreams. And there's time to reach any goal you set your damn mind to. That's where people, they end up failing. They get so afraid of it that they don't let themselves shine. And at that point, what are you living for? What's the purpose if you don't have anything you want to do? Unless you're just there to float around. You know, it's fine not to have a true goal. It just means you have to find it yet. So many people don't find it till it's so late in their life. And honestly, I'm fortunate to have met mine firsthand. I'm indebted to you, but not so much that it makes me weak. And not so much that you can make me into your little, well, into a toy or something. Not that I ever think you would. But I just want you to know, you more than anyone have such an effect on me. You make me feel alive on even the worst, most painful days. And you give me hope where nothing else would work. That's what made me happy. That these scars that never stop hurting can be beaten by an even more potent feeling. The feeling of true love. Now, why don't we go have one hell of a night together? That shotgun wedding isn't waiting for us. Well, it's not gonna wait all night at least. Besides, it's just the two of us. And maybe that third-wheeling idiot will be there to give us the vows. Not that it would bother me at all. For many a reason. Idiots have their place, I suppose. I guess I can be an idiot at times. I cherish those moments. Moments when I can let my guard down and just be me. Just unapologetically be me. I want to be just as vulnerable as anyone else, but for now I need to be careful. Very careful. As for the rest of it, there's going to be a few things. Like the choice of outfits. You'd be surprised what people have thrown away that we've repurposed. There's probably an entire boutique's worth of clothing. Now it's fine. You can choose whatever you want. And I'll choose whatever I want. And we'll stand in that main hall. And we'll walk down that carpet like superstars. Because tonight, it's all about us. No one can stop that. Not even the most hateful of people. We're free, my darling. We're free to do what we want. And do we shall. I will absolutely steal your breath away. Just you wait. No. Why don't we take turns? No, wait, I can just go over here. Go ahead and choose an outfit. It'll be a surprise. Good thing there's changing rooms down here. Unless you want to change in the same room as me. I sure wouldn't mind having my beautiful spouse right here beside me. I just hope you wouldn't blame me if complications arise. Anyways, let's see what we come up with. Creative as always, I see. Can't say I'm too surprised. You've always been good at this. This kind of thing. Whenever I think you're gonna be stumped on something, you always amaze me. I wonder, does my outfit look okay? Handsome. Dashing. Those words don't suit me. What do you take me for, some prince in shining armor? I'm a far cry from that, baby. I'm more the Dark Knight, if anything. What do you mean I'm a big softy? Have you seen what I'm capable of? I don't think you know who you're talking to if you're saying that. Honestly, I guess I can agree. You've got some nerve, though. Picking a fight with me with those words. The only word I can think of. Pardon me. But baby doll. Gorgeous. Breathtaking. Without equal. Is that what you want to hear? I mean, if you're calling me all those things, I guess we're a perfect match. Or maybe it's just my cocky attitude. I was never one for being overconfident per se. But I'll be damned if I don't have some of that confidence to give you a run for your money now. Why not? It's fun to tease you back. After all, you looking so cute right now just makes me want to tease you more. Oh, but don't worry about that. I'll make you all mine later. Of course, you're already mine. But I gotta cement the fact in. I gotta make sure you're not thinking of anybody else. And besides, there's one other thing, and that's just that... Damn. Excuse me for a second. Looks like that idiot's here. Ready to meet the one who's gonna be marrying us. He doesn't even know it yet. Oh, he'll warm up to the idea. I promise. Well, and he probably won't have a choice. What? I'm not a villain. I won't actually force him. Not much, anyways. What can I say? Old habits die hard. Look what the cat dragged in.
Hey, man. You're the one who invited me out here. I just came because you asked, and you seem like you really needed the help and stuff. You didn't tell me on the phone what we were gonna be doing, though. Is there something difficult? You're not gonna rob me of my organs, right?
Do I look like I want your organs? I'm not that desperate, Spark Boy.
Well, I mean, that's just it. Some people might like that kind of thing. I'm not really into the whole dying or getting organ theft. So let's just make sure that doesn't happen, right? I agreed to come down here because I believe in your cause, but you know, I'm just a little nervous. It's the first time I came to a place that's so,
What? Are you saying that this place isn't nice?
Not exactly. It's just a little, literally underground. I mean, you made this place kind of cool, but it's still in a sewer, like, below it. How you managed to do this, I'll never know.
What can I say? Where there's a will, there's a way. So, are you prepared to help with marrying us?
Marrying you? I didn't recall that on the application. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Well, I guess I'll just have to, I'll be on my way. You could get somebody else to do it. I'm no good at being a holy man, and
Come on, man. It'd only be for a moment. You don't even have to say anything that much. Just say whatever comes to mind. Besides, it means a lot. Might not get another chance.
Well, I guess I can. It's a lot of responsibility, and I'm not real good with that. But I guess it's fine. By the way, did you still want me to talk to Bakugo about joining? I'm not so sure he's a great one to ask right now, but
We don't have time, unfortunately. Whether we like it or not, whether we complain or put our heads in the sand, there isn't enough time. We need everyone we can get. Otherwise, well, they'll strike where we're weakest, and they won't let up.
yeah, I understood that much. I'm not too good with all that serious, crazy stuff. I prefer it to be more, traditional cops and robbers kind of thing.
Well, I'm afraid the world doesn't like it that way. The world's gonna continue doing its underhanded means. And it's our job to actually be the heroes beneath. The ones that don't do it for money, or fame, or anything superficial. Instead, the ones who actually do the saving.
Yeah, I get that. I can tell by one look that you're no liar, no cheat. It took me by surprise when you met me that time.
And it wasn't what I had intended, but I needed your help. And I have to thank you for that. Without you, a lot of people could have died. You got them off of our trail, for now.
Yeah, but it makes me worry. It makes me worry that they're gonna be at it again.
And if they are, we'll have to up and move before they come. If you get a heads up, don't risk telling us. Though I don't think you'd have a chance.
Yeah, I'm only good at fighting, really. Using my quirk and stuff is still, a work in progress.
Well, that's a conversation for another day. We've still got a lot of wedding to do. Well, not that much, but it'll have to do for now.
So that wasn't some kind of joke. You're being dead serious with me, aren't you? You're marrying that cutie over there?
Yeah, you got a problem with it? 'Cause if you do, then too bad.
I thought you might say something like that. And that's fine by me. If you're serious about someone, you shouldn't give up even if someone else has a problem, right? That's what I did. And I'm super happy.
And that's exactly why I can trust you. Because you're so transparent. You've got good qualities. And I think you'll fit right in.
What can I say? Anyways, I'll be waiting in the other room. You two finish here. I guess I'm the holy man. So, Holy Man Denki's gonna do his best, and hope I don't, say something botched up in the process?
Well, that would be well advised. After all, you might get your organs stolen or worse.
Wait, I thought that wasn't a thing. Seriously? Don't tell me this is all just using me.
Look at you. Always saying something. But you know I'm just teasing. If I wanted your organs, they'd already be mine.
That's reassuring. Anywho, I'll just go to the other room. Ciao.
Hey, baby doll. Can you believe that we're getting married? Feels more like eloping. Sure hope our parents don't mind. Though I think they would have voiced their concern by now. Actually, speaking of which, before we go any further, I've been meaning to ask you, do you miss them? Your family? I never thought about it. Not much. I know you leave sometimes, but it's been so dangerous lately you haven't seen them in a while. So I just wanted to know. Are you really okay with all this? I see. Then I have to trust you. But you better not be playing it tough, or I'll figure you out. I'm really good at figuring people out, you know. And besides, there's gonna be a whole audience of maybe a dozen people. You know, just to make it feel a little more fun. Or do you want it just to be us? Well, that idiot over there, he's gonna sort of, you know, ask us our vows, so it's definitely something. I see. Thank you for being honest with me. I appreciate, even if the words are kind of, well, something that needs to be worked on. I understand that. Practically my whole life is a work in progress. I don't want you to feel like one. I want you to feel like you're perfect just the way you are. Because you are to me. Despite my rough and beautiful looks, I can be kind of, what's the word? Kind of a smooth talker, I think. don't you? Besides that, whether I am or am not, that look in your eye tells me enough. Now, screw what's normally done. I want to carry you there, in my arms. I don't want to do wedding things that inhibit us, that bring us apart for even a moment. And besides, you're not even happy. Don't even think. You could use that as an excuse. Shut up. What? Look who's turning into the tomato. That's just fine by me. Go ahead and hate me. I'll just love you 10 times more. Once we kick down that door, the ceremony will begin. Or at least what we can make of it. And you picked the most stunning outfit. I can't believe you. I guess I'll have to keep my eyes on you even more than usual. And besides, you're lying. You don't hate me for teasing you. You're just using that as an excuse. I guess you're still not completely honest even with yourself. That's fine. I'll make you honest. Here we are.
I guess, we'll start the ceremony. Here we have two people in love. They're awesome and cool and stuff, but we come here today to, have them say their vows and do married things. And of course I mean by that this is the marriage to beat them all and stuff like that. I just got the position today, so I'm gonna rock it better than all the rest. Wait, this isn't about me. Dabi, do you take this lovely being over here to be your lawfully wedded... what are you two again? Oh yeah, it's marriage. Right. To partake in marriage.
I do.
And you, most innocent of beings, do you take this man to be your, forever mate, husband? No. I can do better than that. Okay. Do you take this awesome dude to be your husband forever? That's what I thought. And, I guess you two can kiss. I've seen this in movies, so... It's official, I think. Did I do what you want me to do? I don't know if this is how it works. I don't feel very clergy-like. I don't think it suits me.
I mean, that wasn't exactly... You know what, we'll just call that good. Anyways, I have unfinished business with this liar right here.
Liar? What do you mean? Besides, there's people that are gonna get confused.
Oh, it's nothing. Just someone doesn't know how to be honest. Yeah, I should be happy, shouldn't I? But you've been denying me all day. Every time I make something sly, you're always saying something else when the subject actually gets to you. Stop being such a dodgy person and be honest. Do you love me? Do you want me to be your husband? It's a simple yes or no question. I just need to know if you'll be honest or not. You know I know the answer. It's as simple and as plain as day. And over these past months, I've gotten to know you on a level that was so much deeper than anyone else. And I can see it in your eyes. Just say it. See? Was that so hard? To admit that you are madly in love with me? I'd tell you in a heartbeat, but I still feel like you're getting out of this too easy. Now, as for your punishment, I had something in mind for you not being so honest. You're gonna have to spend the entire night with me, talking about random things. Doesn't it sound horrifying? Am I the Lord of Darkness yet? I wonder. Part of me thinks that the one I'm punishing here is gonna be myself, based on that smile of yours. Do you think it bothers me? Well, I guess it will depend on the question. I think I'm gonna go first. What is it in all the world, be it place, person, or thing? What is it you'd like to see most? Is it really? I'd have never guessed. To be quite honest with you, mine is pretty simple. Though it may seem a little silly. I'd like to see what it's like to be in the middle of the ocean. As scary as it is, I wonder what it would be like to just see nothingness for as far as the eye can see. Having a world below you. I don't know why. As long as we have a reliable boat, I suppose it doesn't matter. Your turn. That's an interesting one, I suppose. If not a bit direct. How do I see through if you're telling the truth or lying? Well, that's easy. When you're lying, your expression changes just a bit. It's funny, you're like a puppy. You can't lie even if you tried to. You're hopelessly, helplessly honest. And I love that about you. Now the real question is, do you think you'll ever beat your regrets? Do you think you'll ever be able to truly match something to it? You know, claim them instead of shun them. That's an interesting way of looking at it. It's not always that easy, I know. Life generally isn't. But that's okay. I figure it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be worth it. And when's the last time you found someone giving you something to really make you feel proud of it? I don't think that's what happens, no. If you want to be proud of your life, make it something you can be. That's what I plan on doing. And that's in part where you come in. So I guess it's your turn. Well, that's a strange one, I suppose. How much do I know about the world around us? About the coming storm? Well, I know that it's going to be started by my old friend I mentioned earlier. And I know that there's a lot of things that are going to go down very quickly. Most likely what's going to happen is one side strikes just before the other is ready, catching them with their pants down. Other than that, I see it as being likely to be a long standstill with no problems, really. After all, they might not have any reason to mess with us if they think we're too small, too helpless. Then again, people who want power always want more. I've got one. Do you think that we can be happy even with not having the fancy things in life? Being poor, but making it by? I don't disagree. I think there's a balance to it. Priorities, actions over material beings and things. Money can't buy you happiness. It can only buy you means by which to flaunt things, to claim things that aren't even yours. But why? What's the point? It's a question of when. Not really a question of why. Those people will learn. Money's not that great. In fact, I came from a fairly rich family. Didn't stop my father from doing what he did. Or anyone else for that matter. But you know what? I'm not the boy I used to be. I'm the man now. The man who's gonna change this world. And you can be there right by my side as my spouse and my partner in crime. Why don't we take this world by storm? Come on, baby doll. Let's surprise them with a new face. A new thing that they could never see coming. A world without heroes or villains. In a world where even the impoverished can smile.